Hello, today is the 10th of September 2022, and this is going to be confession drawing number 59. 59, yes, I have to check, because in 2022 I will be doing 100 confession drawings in 100 live streams, and it would be my pleasure if you're new to the channel to subscribe so that you will have new drawings coming into your YouTube live stream whenever they come up. Hello, my name is Engelen, and my confession for today will be that I hardly trust anybody. And on the other hand, it's not really true. So I'm quite open, I think, to meet new people, but to really trust, I have to get to know the people, of course, maybe that's logical, more better, but then in general, I don't trust hardly anybody. And I have written down for myself the people I do trust. So, because I was thinking, why do I have these thoughts? Am I paranoia, or are these messages? And actually, I don't want to feel these thoughts, because it's not nice. It's better if you feel good with somebody and you don't have these thoughts. So let's go to the computer. And oh wait, I forgot to say the title. The title for today's drawing will be Exit, I think, or Exits. The title for today's drawing will be Exits. And I said it twice because it happens quite often that during the drawing the title will change, but yeah, that's the process. I don't know that exactly beforehand. And so yeah, I just checked. Well, I think it's why the title Exit is because also I was thinking how many people I have known but somehow have left the stage, and sometimes because of myself, sometimes because of themselves, but yeah, sometimes I think about all the people I have met in my life and are not in my life anymore, although maybe I switch it back to the face. Although I have to say, because I have lived in 6 countries, of course it's also logical that when you're physically away that you don't meet a lot of people, but I think more about these feelings of not trusting somebody, and yeah, if that is the reason, that sometimes people left the stage. And then I thought, okay, what does a word mean, exit? Because when I'm then thinking what kind of drawing will it be, I was at first thinking of like just a square, actually, simply, and then on the left top one, and then on the right top Zach, and on the left lower quadrant my own name, and then a question mark, and then something with exit. But of course there's more people I do trust, but at the moment those are the 2 people who know me really well and who I really know that have the best intentions with me. And of course there are other people, I don't know if I should say their names, like Wilma, Chantal, Elaine. I could go on, but I don't want to do that because I don't actually want to exclude people. So I thought maybe I should not have names. No, that's not good. And so then I thought, okay, I have to do something else. What does it mean, exit? And so I looked it up. And ex means out, which also means like ex-partner, right? That partner who is out. And ire, I don't know how to pronounce it in Latin, which looks a little bit like Spanish. Here is without the E, is to go, so out and go. And then I thought of doors, like the exits themselves, And then of course you will find the doors. But then why I nothing really so much with the doors. But I just thought that how the lineup of the people is maybe interesting because it talks about leaving, right? So, but then I didn't like, that one person maybe stands in front and because I think maybe more like they're all equally important, but in their own unique, different way. So this could be maybe, how the drawing could look like. Not to say with the members of the Doors, but and then I'm already going through the images, I noticed. And then I was looking for some images of tours, and so the art comes in. So art is there always, and I was thinking that if I think about the people who I do trust, they always somehow have told me or showed me in a way that they support my art. So that is very important for me, that I think maybe when I feel or know that they are standing behind me and my art, then there's already a lot of trust, if that makes sense. And because apparently my art is really important, and if they don't believe or support me in that, I think it won't work anyway. As and I'm thinking now of examples in my head where people say no, that's not going to happen. I think it will either gradually happen, or I really have to choose to exit them out. And so if there's help in that, or at least to believe in me. And so I should mention Anna, my neighbor. There you go with my names of people who I trust. But I was thinking, maybe there I pinpointed it, but I don't know for sure if that's true too, or that's it, because I think it also for me depends on a certain kind of intelligence, and I think the people who I do trust are smart or intelligent people, but also have some sort of vulnerability in them. And now I'm talking quite a lot, because I'm also checking my notes. Maybe I scroll to another image. And then I think I even go so far with the not trusting everybody so much, is that I would rather be happy solo than together with people that I don't fully trust and who don't believe in me. And I was thinking about this drawing. How is this drawing going to look like? And I think maybe I have these groups, traveling groups, because they're, in general, I think, temporary groups. And I don't have so much to say about it here. I just thought of it because the Netherlands. Sorry, now I'm slow. The setup, alignment, placing. Maybe placing. The placing I like better because they're in groups. So again, this equality, I think that's somehow important to me. And then I thought, let's think of my own work or my own pictures. And this is one of the private mini exhibitions in Berlin when I was still living in Berlin. And what are they looking at? A work from my ongoing project Bridges. It's called The Invisibles. And although that project dealt with a different theme, the people that I'm with in these photos, they are exited too. They're not in my life anymore. Some of them were people I didn't know. For example, this was in Hamburg, and I guess it was a group of a bit drunk boys, young men, and something funny happened. And so this is a real photo, but I made them invisible. In that project, the Invisibles, it was an ode to the Invisibles who made the pictures. Well, if you want to know more about it, I can add a link, because the drawing is not about this. But I lived in a home where the owner, do you see that? Yeah, the landlord, this is his daughter, but of course I don't see them neither anymore. And this person I also don't see anymore, although I got a postcard from him, which is really nice. And this was during my Master Fine Arts in Sweden. So this is a fellow student, and this again is from a traveling group, person I hung out with during that how to say that, during that travel. And I think it's going to be this one, because I was looking for doors, but a bridge can be that too, right? You cross a bridge from the one side of the bank to the other side of the bank in this case. So it has something to do with transition or process or movement, and so people come in and out of your life, and but it's not closed. I guess they can re-enter in your life. So maybe it's going to be sort of a self-portrait then. I don't know. I didn't expect that. And I also don't know if this person should be like this. So I'm kind of like recreating my own work, but in a slightly different context, if that is okay to you. And so my confession is a little bit a concerned message too. So in a way, maybe it's good, to exit people out of your life, especially when they're not good to you and toxic. But also I was thinking, wow, I have exited from a lot of groups or people, and so I don't know, maybe I want to say it's okay, because you don't have to be, you don't have to, anyway, you don't have to meet everybody continuously. And also, maybe it's okay to be selective. Maybe that's that. Okay, I hope it's, again, not too much talking. So I'm going to trace this drawing. I am a little bit unsure about it, because the thing with the bridge performances is that somebody else, that's the performance, somebody else, I asked somebody else to make a picture of me in front of the bridge. So you have a little small interaction at that moment. So I ask a random person on the bridge, a stranger, so you could say, to make a picture of me. So it's a form of labor, unpaid labor, like artists. We also often make art when it's not being paid. But also it's kind of like global thing, you give the camera to somebody, even if you don't speak the same language, they get what you want. And maybe it's one of the last bastions we still have, that we help each other to record a moment in our lives. And so it's a little cooperation in the art, although they don't know that they are part of an art project at that moment. And also it's set outside, outside of the art scenery, so to speak. So it's not in a museum or art space, but it's outside in the so-called real world. And could say maybe much more, but I think I will just start to trace this drawing. And I switch over to the moving camera. So this is the moving camera, so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm showing with my different drawings, the live streams, the whole process. Oh, sorry. And yeah. So from A to Z, you could say. So it's kind of like I'm showing, it's a little bit, I'm naked, yeah? I think I said that also in the previous drawing. Because I do my confession, which is already authentic and real and transparent. And then I also show my what I do, how I find my drawings and what I think about. Yeah, like this, I even show you that I just trace the photo. Oh yeah, what I was saying, sorry, I have to go back once more. I made this whole introduction but I didn't finish. Yeah, so somebody else makes the photo, and at that moment it's also out of my control. So far nobody has run away with the camera, so people are in general quite trustworthy. That is what I wanted to say. And but also I forgot the word, but yeah, how the photo looks like. I really forgot the word. Is unplanned, so it's not staged. You know, if I would make the photo, probably, you know, I would have the pillars of the bridge in the photo, or, you know, I would definitely make the photo different than this person did. And that's also part of the performances, that you give something, you let go of the control in a way. So I forgot the word. What is it? Setup, scene? You know what I mean, right? Maybe I will get it later. So anyway, so this is maybe, it's not, and now I'm forgetting the word. So I don't know if this is a really good, gosh, I forgot the word. But maybe you already get me. Maybe you understand what I'm trying to say. So, how about you? Are you, how many people do you really trust? Like really, really trust? That you know they're not jealous or wanting to get something from you, or you know, like really trust them. Or maybe I should ask first, what does trust mean to you? It's not really good tracing, I can see already. So I'm trying if this helps a bit. And it was funny with this work, people didn't know if there really were people under the color blobs. But there were. But could have been, like one girl, one was also an exit girl, but not because I wanted to, but my fault, because I moved from Berlin and we ran out of contact. Was also a fellow artist, Japanese artist. Well, yes, my hands look a bit weird. And I slept really bad again, so then it's very difficult to concentrate on what I'm trying to say. But now I remember. She said, it could be like the fantasy people, and I like that really much. It could be also be like the people like you who you want to have in your life. So on this trip, so there is really a person under it, but could have been like you want to make a trip with a friend, but there is not really a friend, so it's kind of like a fantasy person, or maybe your ideal person. So this photo was made in 2013 in Cuba. And I think it's the only trip so far that I did with a travel company. So with a group. We did this travel with a group of people I didn't know. There was a woman who was a singer, and I think most of my time I spent with her. I forgot her name. Yeah. Do you have that too? Sometimes you have certain people really very clearly in your recollection, but you don't remember their names anymore. And I have a lot of people like that, and from China, you know, I have no idea what their name was. I forgot it completely. Well, I already have it here in Spain. Sometimes I see names on my phone and then I think, what was that? So for this drawing, you know now where the photo comes from, but I just want to say that you know, the person, people on this drawing could be anyone. This looks a bit weird, but I think we can make it better later, or maybe not, because if I don't change it so much. And maybe as a funny side story, so this on this photo, because remember the drawing I talked to you about where you see photos where people, you have no idea what they're thinking, and I don't know if you can see it, but I was a bit agitated in this photo. Exactly because of the reason I just told you, where I can't remember the name now, but yeah, the person, I could just see that the way they took the photo was not really good for and this word again, I don't know, the staging, the framing, and so I was a bit, yeah, you can see in my photo I was a bit like this feeling, because in the back here you can see that the rest of the group, they didn't wait for me, and this was the only reason why I came to this trip, because I wanted to go to this puente, to this bridge, to make this bridge performance. And although I explained it to the travel person who led the group, they just continued to walk, and you can see them in the back. Wait, which photo do I? Yeah, here I can show you with my cursor. Can I? Yeah. So here you can see people in the back, so they kept on. So I was like, so there was this little bit of time pressure, and also I thought the framing of the photo was not that great, and yeah, so a little bit of anxiousness in my face there, if you see it. And let's go back to the moving camera. So I continue so now I know the word framing. Oh my gosh, it's such a obvious important word. And what should I do? Should I have the people in the back or not? This looks like a very different person. That's okay. But should I have the people in the back or not? Like this guy standing here looking, because it's very difficult to trace. It's very dark, so I'm not sure if it's going to work. Or they could also be color blobs. Maybe. Then it really doesn't matter how it is exactly. That could be an idea. it's really difficult to see. He's leaning on the edge of the bridge, but who knows what he's thinking, looking at. I don't know. In a way, yes, but I don't know. The bike, it's funny that there's a bike because we made now already several artworks with the bike, but more the action of the biking. It's a bit difficult to see. What a pity. I'm just guessing now. But then there's a type of drawing that's like really yes, finish it. Okay, I'm sloppy. Okay, I'm going to go to the top view. I will move the moving camera, pixel camera. I know that I should be careful with that. The drawing is not coming on this bloody thing there, so let's put something off that. I don't have a sticky note. This one will do. Yeah. On this camera you can see it. And this one here in there. That I use for additional angle to record. I made a few only one montage editing with where I use also this recording. Just yes. So I guess I'm really just going to do this. That makes sense. That's strange sentence. And yeah, I'm going to make the face and the arm neon yellow. I'm back again in contact also with people from Epson, from my scanner. Did I told you that? I missed an email from them, so it was my own. I was waiting for them, but actually they did reply. But now, because it's since so long ago, I have to send again screenshots and everything. But I still have hope that it will work. Because I bought this particular scanner of the neon yellow, because now I'm using this neon yellow. Let me show it again from the moving camera. If you can see that. But yeah, so this is neon yellow. And apparently lately it's almost like already, maybe it's a development in my way of drawing. The skin tones I don't do, or skin color, they are just all neon yellow. And it's an aesthetic choice, but also conceptual choice, or ethical choice, or however you want to call it. And now I can already decide if I'm going to use the exact same colors as I have in the Invisibles, the series, this one I mean, or if I'm making a different. But I like the coloring very much. There's this green, there's the purple, there's the yellow. It's perfect. Maybe I will change the green of my skirt, but yeah, it's perfect, I would say. And so I think I already dared to do that. I'm going to make the purple invisible exit person because now it's about exits. The exits, that could also be, but I want to not as the exit, but the people who exit, the exited. Maybe that's actually really a word. Exit, the people who exited. I thought to remember that I saw it somewhere. Exciting. No, exited. Because it matters, yeah. I want to have it like the people who left the stage, so the exits, but not like what the action, but the people. I think nevertheless it can be the exits, but maybe it's not as a verb but as a noun. Anyway, I can do whatever I want, so either way. Okay, exit the screen. Ha ha ha. The window, I mean. Back to the top view. I'm going to check which purple I want to use. And, lately I hardly use my fatty pencils anymore. Yeah. Oh, this is really nice blue. I'm going to keep that on the side. I don't think there will be much blue in this. Maybe he could be blue. Let's keep that one there. Oh, and this could be like for my skirt if I still do that. Should I just immediately just do it? Yeah, let's start and let's do it. Yeah, start with my skirt. It's a bit strange because I was not sure if I was going to use that color. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just so you know, so today is the Saturday the 10th of September. So I record the drawing one day earlier than the live stream. At least that's how I do it now. It was different before and it could change again. What's happening here? Should I just leave it? Yeah, maybe you can read the title. And I should keep it separate in case I need to do something more with the skirt. What was I saying? This is more like a... Anyway. Yes. That this is a recording, and when you're watching the live stream, then for you it's Sunday 11th September, and I do that so that I can really chat with you. This could be good purple, although I don't like the pressure of the pencil, but it's maybe. Because if I would be live now, yeah, I can't draw and talk with you at the same time. And also that's how I started. That's why it is like this, not because of that reason actually. But my computer is really overheating, and so if I record it and stream it, apparently it can't handle that. Look, it looks almost the same. Resume. Push it over. fit with this color too. And I think I will, because I do that sometimes, right? That I will not talk for 5 minutes, which is really long, because usually I won't say something about the process. But I will talk again, I will stop talking again for 5 minutes. And I would really appreciate it if you take the time to hit the subscribe button, so my channel can grow a little bit and maybe I can have a little bit of income from YouTube if they see my channel is growing. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, 5 minutes are over. I can start to talk again. And I was thinking, wow, I think a lot during 5 minutes. Because I was thinking also, could also be, of course, the exits from life to, death. So, could also be people that are not in your life anymore, not because they choose so or you choose so, or actually they could choose that too. But yeah, they're not physically amongst us anymore. And I thought of that because of this color purple. Purple always has for me, some sort of spiritual feeling. So yeah, it could be that too. And then I also thought of The Lost Ones as title. And I also thought, but now I've got why. I thought of Theo, my friend Theo, who lives, I don't know, now by now. So that means that for that long we haven't seen each other anymore. Like 20 years maybe. He lives in Brazil with his new family. And he's also somebody who I trust, but I wanted to say something about him somehow. I forgot why. Maybe it will come up later. And then I also, maybe that's why I thought then of The Lost Ones. I thought also, there are people who I trust. So maybe when you have this feeling that you don't trust that person, maybe it's really a message. Maybe it means maybe you should just really listen to your feeling. Maybe you're right. It could be you're paranoid, but could also mean you're really right. And I'm always doubting. Like maybe I'm I don't know. Maybe I'm too. I don't know what I think, but or maybe you don't want to believe it. Because the not trusting that person has to do with a certain thing, right? And in a way they could be totally trustworthy in another aspect. So I'm thinking now of a certain person that I have to admit I don't trust, and that person is totally reliable time-wise, is always on time, is very reliable in that regard. But I think maybe with not trusting somebody, I don't know. And I think, to be honest, it is okay. You feel it, or think it, or intuit it, or receive a message about it, or I don't know how it works. And of course, it's not 100% sure. So, but then you get also clues. Yeah, maybe you get clues, and that's why I thought of the title The Lost Ones, because maybe if they really are not to be trusted, but untrustworthy, then maybe actually they're still a bit lost. And I can also reverse it, flip it back to myself. So that could be also a confession, but I'm a very impatient person. So in that regard, I could still, I have some learning to do. Maybe, but that's a different thing. Why is it? Well, it depends how far the impatientness goes. It's not really trust issue, is it? No, trust is something that's when somebody could be harming you in a way. Yeah, that's a different thing. Actually, it's a bit serious thing too, isn't it? Now I want to do. Maybe I can first start with what color is going to be the hair. It's good to have some black elements in it, so this could be black, this could be black. So maybe I will just start first with the green. So that means I also need to find a different sort of green. Then, oh look, it's the same color as the person on the bike. So it's not really an interesting color. Too soft. It's not green, I know, but I feel I want to check them. Okay, so I have quite a few greens I like. Still the greens I like, so I'll start with them first. Oh, not very fresh green. Nice, but not good for the bridge color. Very nice green, but not good for the bridge color. And a very nice green, but not good for the bridge color. And so maybe I don't have that green for this bridge. Blue. But we're not going to make it blue. It's a very particular green, eh? I don't know if I have to make it the same green. Let's have that one as a reserve. And yeah, you know, now the fans are blowing very hard from the computers. If you haven't noticed yet, maybe I shouldn't point it out, but that's the that you hear in the background. And yeah, it happened since it became summer, after I came back from Durrës in Albania. Oh, that's interesting, but not for a beach. And blue. I'll keep that in my favorite jar. And yeah, so the weather is now getting a bit more mild. So hopefully that will solve itself. And if not, maybe we have to think of a solution. This is more or less the color. It's not really a super interesting green. And yeah, I could start with the black, but since I don't know yet what the hair is going to be, could be red to make it really next to purple. Could work. Okay. So last weekend, I don't know if I told you, I went to the beach and I met Mariana and a friend of hers. And yeah, of course, we also talked, yeah, what do you do? And so I showed my Instagram with my photos of my drawings. And I'm so surprised, you know, that I always, for me, it's kind of funny also, you know, like, yeah, I don't make particularly conventional type of drawings. I don't see them as being so different, but yeah, they're not like well drawn realistic drawings. No, that's not what I'm doing, but it's nice also. It's kind of like when I was teaching in China, and I should have that here now on my computer to show it. And I showed Andy Warhol picture, a self-portrait, where he's yeah, with could you say dressed up? I'm not sure. As a woman with makeup and red lipstick. And let's do the red lipstick also. And then when I was teaching the kids art, they they start laughing and banting and like, because it's in their, I guess, youthful minds, not something common or ordinary, and then in the end they how to say that, they accept it, or they maybe even enjoy it. So this first, that's so beautiful that it's kind of a little bit of an enlightenment maybe, or learning moment. It's really nice that it's maybe you remembered when house music first came up, you thought, whoa, what the hell, what kind of music is this? And now, how many years later is now house music already existing? Now we're dancing to it, you know, we're loving it. Yeah, so that was funny anecdote. And now I could do the blouse black. So I have black here, because I have this extra drawer where I put the pencils that I use frequently. But I'm going all over the place with my stories. I started talking about the fan, because the fan, when I look back back at my streamings, because I'm there with the live stream, so in a way I'm seeing my own recording again, which is really good actually. I learned from that, so in that regard it's an additional good thing, I would say. Should I maybe switch for a second to the moving camera? I don't know if you like that. Do you like that? If you do, give it a thumbs up. Also in the chat window. I also want to ask, okay, I'm interrupting my own thing again, but do you like the 5 minutes pause when I don't speak anything, and you just, when I did this purple part? Hmm. 2013, I was still in good shape. Well, in good shape too now. Well, and this probably will be a topic for another drawing. I think I am in pre-menopause, but this is definitely for another drawing. I should write it down so I don't forget it. Pre-menopause. And I was seeing something. Was it about the fans? Oh yeah, it was about fans. So I know I always spoke very softly. Another topic to talk about. Soft. Speak soft. Exactly. But now with the fans, I really cannot afford it to. I don't know. It's not murmuring, but it sounds like it now that I see my own recordings back during the live streams. So I really have to speak clearly and loud enough so it doesn't become ineligible because of the fans. And I mean the fans of the computer, not like raving fans. It's good. It's a bit, it's always, I often have this type of person, don't you think? Let me show you the drawing I made of the Love and Apollo. It's a little bit this type of person too, isn't it? Look. Let's, you know what I mean? Look, maybe I can do it like this. Yeah, this becomes this sort of style. Just by doing them. Yeah, because this is already in 2025 drawing number 59. So now I have to make a decision. Is these going to be color blocks? This could be. I wanted to make them blue, right? Why? What wears on the black? I don't know. I'm going to make blue S. Big blue S. So blue S, like a little bit like when you're still a bit naive and do trust everybody. That's also so nice, so onbekommerd. They say in Dutch. Let's check that word. Onbekommerd. Carefree. That was easy. unconcerned. Yeah. So I'm thinking of the bridge now. What color is it going to be? And this one I wanted to make yellow. It's like a threshold. I think that's important somehow. Maybe it should be a little, although it's bumpy also in the picture, but okay, let's do it bumpy then. It's bumpy in the picture, let's do it bumpy. And I could talk about the map thing. It's 16 days now after I've done my bit of the apartment. So I'm nervous. That's 2 dogs. It's really big eyes. I don't know if that's exactly what I want to do, but and what about the lines? Are they going to float, or will I continue them out of the paper? In this case, I think it should, like exit also. Exit, the lines exit the paper. And then this could, look, it's almost really like threshold. Like the disappearing. Oh, I like that. You know what I mean? Because of this thing here. And then this is behind in the picture, and this is in the front. Oh, it's interesting. I like that. It's kind of like, yeah, who's in your life, who's in your frame, and here's nothing. Wow. It's a bit heavy actually, but in a good way. And now I want the green for the bridge that matches, which is a good green with the purple. And so maybe it is going to be this one. No, it was not this one. Is it this one? I'm not sure. Or this one. Yeah, it's maybe this one. Okay. Do we want a close-up view? Maybe. Let's have a close-up view. The bridge actually has some white pieces here, as you can see. It's not fully green, so I'll skip those white pieces. And if it doesn't look great, then I can still change that later. Like this piece. What's the, that's the lamp. Oh, this pencil doesn't flow really nice. So it's not a favorite. It will not go in my favorite jar. I think it's also the ones that go in my favorite jar are a particular kind of color that I like. Yeah, I have also my own taste. I guess that's okay. Imagine if we would all have the same taste. Then that would maybe be a bit boring. Okay, so these parts should all then be white. And this is more like a round pillar. I'm still thinking of the lady, the girl, young woman, who looked at my drawings at Instagram. But who knows what she really thought? Huh? I don't know. It's just that. Yeah, she didn't say anything, and was a nice person too, and yeah. So I think I said that also during the last drawing. You know, I personally think my drawings are for everybody. You know, I don't, from my side out, I don't make a selection. It's not like, oh, my target group is everybody above 40. Although I see that in the YouTube statistics, I don't know if that's a real, true, statistic. Yeah, I mean, that's really true. But yeah, I would say my heart is also for young people or children. Why not? But apparently, yeah, people above 40 like my drawings. So it would make sense with the statistics. Gosh. And what am I doing? I'm chatting too much, maybe. I don't know. Really, you have to tell me. Do you like it when I'm chatting away, or do you also like the part when I shut my mouth for 5 minutes? I mean, if you don't like it, you could of course just mute the sound. Maybe people do that. Just listen to the confession and then mute the sound. Or I can see that as well, actually, also in the statistics. Although I'm not really good in watching these statistics, but there is some sort of tab where you can see when people leave your video. And I think once by not by accident, but going through the tabs, that I saw that after 5 minutes or something, people leave the video. So that could mean either it doesn't interest them, or it could mean people just want to hear the confession, and then and that's it. Now I know why I wanted to say why I was thinking of Theo. Because he told me, yeah, you have to have more subscribers. So that actually means that you have to tell people that they should subscribe. So, and in all the drawings before number 58, because this is 59, start doing it with drawing number 58, I just say it really at the very end, where I do my more or less, so you would say, sales pitch. I mean, because you can buy this drawing. Now I'm doing it too. You can buy this drawing, like the real original, like this one, paper drawing, or you can buy the digital version of the drawing, which is like only 6% of the price of the original drawing. But anyway, during this moment where I do that, where I say that, there I think, yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't done so. But maybe that's way too late, because sometimes my live streams are like 2 hours long. Some not all, fortunately, because it's really long. But so yeah, that means that only the people who really watched it for 2 hours long would hear that. So he said you have to do it in the beginning. I don't know about the white, but maybe I can do that, something fun later, like stripes or blobs or circles or we haven't have holes in these persons, because sometimes I made holes in people in my drawings. So should I maybe, why not, let's do that. So hello. Oh, it's not working. That's a pity. I wanted to, but I can do this one. I have like an emergency camera because if this happens, like what I do now with the black, I have this camera. Yeah, it's the web camera. Sound is probably different, but yeah, if you like this drawing or what I'm doing, please give it a thumbs up. That was it. I wanted to do that. So thank you, Theo. That's maybe Theo also doesn't really like my drawings, but he, in his way, he helps me, and that's cool. I trust that. Maybe that's it again with the trust. I mean, for me, it's a way to find out if you can trust somebody, but maybe you have to find it out in your own way. And have you seen the latest movie of Elvis? Yeah, I guess his manager also really liked his music, but yeah, he completely, no, he was also not really to be trusted. So maybe it's not really a good way to measure if somebody is trustworthy. And if you're not an artist, yeah, then it also doesn't work, I guess. Yeah, so it's a different green I want to show you quickly. Then I have here the bridge. Yeah, and also in this case, we are not making an exact representation of a photo or a person or something. And I think this green fits really well with the purple and the red hair. How far does this bridge go? Maybe here. And then, oh, there's so much green. Let's go to the top view for a little bit. I guess there are also people who like really don't trust anybody. I wonder, maybe you are one of them. But do you trust yourself then? I mean, are we ourselves really to be trusted? You know, maybe that has something to do also with willpower, maybe? Depends maybe also what is it what is the trusting about? Maybe you want to quit smoking. Is that trusting, or is that more like willpower or the strength of the flesh? Because it's kind of like a addiction, huh? But this lamp, maybe later I could it could shine. Yeah, like the beacon. Maybe the exits also mean something. So if the bridge, then the bridge can light that. Yeah, maybe also like maybe it's good to. No, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, huh? Maybe it could be good to. For example, me now, I'm thinking of somebody maybe who should exit, and why? What is that, or what is the meaning of that, or why now, or yeah, really why, and what does it mean? Right, I smudged a little bit, but since I don't use the fabric pencils, the smudging is way less. It's almost like lighthouses, huh? Green lighthouses somehow. Should I really have this cycle person here? I'm not sure. Let's go back for a second to the map. I'm just looking if I should have them crossing there or not, because you know it's things are, and it's good in a way that they're standing alone. Maybe I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to do this around the bicycle person, and then we come back to that later. And I have something in my mind now that is pretty there is something also to say. I noticed that in general, I don't know if I should say that. That's a really bad thing to say. But now I more or less already said it, and now you're curious what I want to say, right? If I don't say it, it's kind of like, yeah, you said A, now you have to say B. Maybe I can make it a bit more general. Maybe the trusting also somehow is maybe related to work. I guess in work there's a lot of, in all sorts of works, no? Competition, or that people have something that other people want, and so then they try to copy you or take it from you, or want to have it themselves, and they think you have it, so they maybe come close to you, but not because they like you, but because they want something from you. I still haven't hung all my second batch of the drawings, because I want to do a second home exhibition. And for example, Jannes, I met him yesterday, wasn't able to come to the first one, so he could come then. Now he lives partially in Greece and partially here in Valencia, so then I would have to plan it. If I would do it for him, I would have to plan it while he's here in Valencia, and that might be too late, because I think he's back again in November. Okay, this is probably way too much information. I really don't need to say this. But yeah, this is the question again. Do you like that? But I'm just chatting away. And so this is the sidewalk. This is the road of the bridge. Here's, by the way, also a sort of yellow thing. So now comes a bit more difficult part. The people. I think I'm gonna try it. This one is going to be blue, I think. think. It's beautiful blue. Maybe this is a bit more for a little shot. And one told me that he liked the detail shots. Thank you, one. I like them too. So it's good to hear, because then I will continue to do that. I just sometimes forget to switch back, and so because I do it manually with my Stream Deck from Del Dato, if you also are looking for something like that. Yeah, it's because I just really like this blue, you know. So then it works. Well, it's color block, huh? So maybe you think, hey, is he wearing a very long dress, or what is that? But it's because he has his legs crossed. So one leg is standing, crossed. How else can I say it? And that way he has cool sneakers. But no. And he has his arms crossed too. And that's good. So I could have all of them blue. So we have some sort of unity in that. Should we do that? Let's do that. I'm going to sharpen the pencil really well. And it's now like real time, the real time for me, because when you're watching this it's a different time. The real time for me is now 3:40. I didn't have my breakfast yet, so I'm getting a little bit, I'm getting enough appetite. I'm thinking of the artwork, but that's nothing really to do with that. Or maybe in a way it does. Let me show you. For sure, you know this artwork. It's by a Swedish artist, and it's also on the bridge. And oh no, Norwegian. Sorry, that was Munch. And yeah, maybe it has something to do a little bit with what I'm doing, because it's about mental health. Yeah, I thought I had to show you this. Yeah, it's a bit slow. It takes too much time. Okay then, never mind. It's still not there, so I can switch back. Then we just continue with this. So it's a little bit, it looks like if this is not correct, but it is correct. And symbol of the suffering of the contemporary world. Yeah, so in that sense, I try to do something positive with my fashion drawings. Why does it look as if he's puppets? There's just somebody behind him. So, that's good. And then I guess he will be there too then, on his bike. Actually, he's wearing something, holding something in his hand. First I thought it was a football, but I think it's food. So, and this is the bike. More or less. This must be a top coat. Because am I going to make the bike as well as a color block or not? Yeah. I guess I have to. That's maybe a bit strange to understand. Could be something else, but I don't know if I want that. Okay, it can be whatever. No, actually, it cannot be whatever. I'm going to have to make it bigger. And there we have the circle. Oh, look at that. There we have the circle. So I'm going to make it a bit more green around it. I still know which green I use. Gosh. So I put it back in the jar. It was spearmint. So that's good. I need to sharpen it once more. Norwegian artist. I always thought he was Swedish. But it makes sense if it was on the fjord. No, not really. Okay, sometimes you have something in your mind. And it's not completely correct. Okay, it's almost like they are all watching. That's interesting. I like that. And look at this thing. Should I maybe make it green? Because because it's a bit distracting. But I don't remember which green that was. Yeah, the one you had in your hand. Oh. Okay, now what we do with the eyes? I like in a way that they're quite open, but I also like a little bit of eyes or something. Yeah. Looks a bit different now. I think I shouldn't have done that. It was really nice to have those like really big blue orchards. I'll try to do it like this with the blue pencil, and then it becomes a bit more bigger blue again, so to speak. Oh no, I messed it up with the eyes. Stupid. Okay, I don't want to look at it. Shouldn't have done that. I don't want to swear, but don't change your running system, they always say. If it's good, leave it. Now make it ordinary again. The damage is done. Pencil. I like that. And I can do other things to distract from the eyes. So I also do it on the road. You know what? The road could also have holes. Could be. So we can do a bit more of these in the road. In the sidewalk. I don't know. So I keep going. And I think it fits very well with the yellow. But now I'm doing it too, I speak too softly, but I corrected myself. Yeah, that's nice. Then I don't have to make any color or whatever. Question is, will I do that here as well? Because in a way it should, because it's the same road. Since I don't want to mess it up, Yes, that, and will I do that under the bicycle person or not? Now I have this Justin Timberlake song in my mind because I said the damage is done. I guess you believe in. Oh, I like it. Oh, it's a nice feeling. Especially after the dip of the thing with the eyes. Like a strong contrast to my feelings. Oh, foutje. Little mistake. I crossed the barrier. And we talked about the barrier as being the thing that things become invisible. Actually, it could also be a dream, huh? Although I don't find the exit person not so visible anymore. Although it's a really big purple blob. Interesting, don't you think? And what I also don't know yet, because I have this really nice green things here, if I'm going to make these bushes like with the green, or if I just leave it like that. Because if I start with the bushes, I could also start with the sky. And I should also think if I want to have the title here, but also want to do a very big title. No, I always have the small ones. I think I like the title, the last ones, so maybe I don't do the exits. Although I found exits maybe more positive. Or I could combine them, exits and the last ones, exits. Because exits, I mean, it speaks about people, but exits could also be your own exits. I will not repeat again what happened January this year, but it's good that I exited from that situation and that place and those people. So okay, it will be nice with this fresh green. What should I do? The last one is also beautiful, huh? I think both is good actually. I don't think it's that negative. I'm going to do that. Exits and the last ones. Exits. Or I leave it, huh? Exits. I like it. It's kind of open here. Maybe it's more good. Let's sign it, because that's always my hope. As you know, I'm going to start with my name. Oh, there's a little pinch in the paper. No, because I'm doing it wrong. Kim Engelen. I have to sneeze. Today is the 10th of September 2022, and this is confession drawing number 59. There are small smoochies. Okay, let's stand up and see what's from above. I feel it's kind of ready, but I still also think what I was saying about the lamps could be something, could be this yellow maybe there. Try it. Like the watch I did last week. No, was it? With the starts and stops. I did it with, he had a watch and I did it with that. And of course it's too much, so now I have to compensate it somehow. Could be like a very happy bridge. Like that. Yeah, why should the bridge be so serious and minimalistic? I like this bridge in Cuba. Like a fun, happy bridge. I think I missed some stripes here. Look at that. Could continue here with the green dots or not. Oh, what a dream. Green dots can go also up. That's funny too. Yeah, I'll do that. So maybe it's going to be more and more healthy. Look at that. Because, often my people in the drawings have holes, like in the bodies, faces sometimes too, and now these little dots or circles are not holes, they're just happy dots. Oh, I like it very much. But it could still be a hole here or there. Yeah, because this one is the last one, right? So then comes this other title back again. I don't know. Or it could be there, for example. The lost ones. Are you a lost one? Or are you to be trusted? Do people trust you? Are you a backstabber? Or a home wrecker? What sort of palabras, words do we have more for that? Stealer? How's a person called who's jealous? Those are also quite dangerous. Should we have one wrap little element somewhere? Like one lost ones. The lost one lost that lost. I can't speak. That lost dot. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright. Look. Some exits. The title of today's drawing, Exits. And then between you and me, the lost ones. I think we've got it. Yeah, not so happy with the eyes, as you know. They were so good. Just these blue lookers, big blue lookers, and now I need them. But yeah, but for the rest, it's really nice drawing as well. I like it. Oh. I hope you like it too. Oh, the camera is not working. I'm going to have you on the top view, and then I see behind the screen. Behind the screen is not really a screen, but if I can fix that. Sometimes I just have to unplug the cable and put it in again. I like it from the whole now. I do this like 100 times. And I will also unplug the small camera. Let me help. I guess it's just because it's so hard to use. Oh, no, that one is not working too. Hoopla. Ay. Okay, are we back? Oh no, all the cameras are off. That's not so good. Why not? Okay, let's go to the... here we are again. Good. Do we have camera or not? Sorry, but that's had to happen in the end. It's not really great. Maybe my cable of this one is not so good anymore. But yeah, in the meantime, you have a drawing to look at. Let me try it once more. Because I always have the ending. I want to have the ending, you know. No, that's it. That one switches off. Maybe I should unplug the TV. Not sure if that would help. Let's have a look. Does it work? No, not yet. Sorry for that. I really want to have that ending. Great, it's working again. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. You can buy this drawing in 2022. It is 450 euros. And then tax and the frame is included if you come to pick it up. If you want me to send it to you, then the postage is included. If you buy the digital version of the drawing, then you pay only 6%, which means it's 27 euros. And you can download it immediately from the website. Both versions come with a COA, which is a certificate of authenticity, so that you have proof of that you have the legit version of drawing made by me, Kim Engelen. I hope you have a very lovely day, and see you next time. Bye. Oh, I should say this. Give it a like. It's a new button. Okay. Bye. See you next time. Bye.